All right, let's dive into Scream 4. We're going deep with this one.
Deeper than a ghost-faced knife wound.
Ooh, okay. So we're dissecting an analysis, not just watching the movie.
Right, peeling back the layers of this meta-slasher.
Huh.
Oh, yeah. It's a reboot that knows it's a reboot.
Self-aware horror.
Exactly. And get this, it came out in 2011 when Hollywood was all about reboots.
Like everything was getting remade, right?
Yep. Scream 4 dives headfirst into that.
But it's more than just a commentary on reboots.
Right. It's got this dark side of social media fame thing going on, too.
Fame at any cost.
You got it, and it captures the anxieties of, like, a whole new generation.
Okay, so buckle up, everyone. We're going deep into Scream 4. What makes this movie so interesting to analyze?
I think it's the self-awareness. This movie knows it's a reboot. It doesn't try to hide it.
Embraces it even?
Yeah. And it plays with those horror tropes. It's like a commentary on the genre itself.
I love when horror movies do that. Like they're winking at the audience.
Right. Scream 4 is full of those winks. And think back to 2011.
Okay, 2011.
Audiences were getting really savvy about horror. They knew the rules.
So the movie had to be smarter.
Exactly. Scream 4 elevates the game with this whole meta-commentary.
Makes you think while you're being scared.
That's the good stuff.
So how does the film actually bring this whole reboot culture to life?
Well, look at Sidney Prescott. She comes back to Woodsboro.
Our final girl.
Trying to move on from the trauma. Writing a self-help book even.
But then
Ghost faces back like the town itself can't escape its past.
Whoa. So it's not just Sydney, it's Woodsboro that's haunted.
Exactly. And Hollywood is like that too, always revisiting familiar territory.
Stuck in a loop, kinda?
In a way, yeah. And then Scream 4 throws in technology and the social media.
Oh, yeah. The analysis talked about that. It's not your grandma's Scream anymore.
Nope. The fear is so public now, amplified by social media.
Like everybody's watching the horror unfold.
Exactly. Remember what the killers want.
To just kill.
Nope. They want to live stream it. To go viral.
That's messed up. And kind of brilliant how the movie predicted that.
Right. It's like they saw the future of fear.
Because let's face it, social media rules our life now even more.
Makes you wonder, does it change how we experience fear on screen and in real life?
Heavy stuff. But let's talk about Sydney again. She's back, the ultimate survivor.
The original final girl.
But she's facing a new generation.
Kids who grew up with her story. But they want their own fame.
So it's experience versus this, like, instant recognition thing.
And that's where Jill Roberts comes in, Sydney's cousin.
Oh, yeah. Jill. I remember thinking she'd be the new final girl.
But twist. Her motive wasn't revenge, it was fame.
Whoa. That's dark, even back in 2011.
Right, like she saw how influencer culture was taking off.
And that scene where she records a fake breakdown after the attack, chilling.
So insightful how the movie caught that whole performative vulnerability thing.
Like using your trauma for clicks.
Exactly. It makes you think, what's real anymore?
Okay, so we've got Sydney, Jill. What about Gail and Dewey?
Right.
The OGs.
Even they're not immune to this changing world.
Especially Gail. Her whole career was built on, like, old school media.
Now it's all about going viral, being an influencer.
Wild how Scream 4 nailed all this.
Right. Like, it's a time capsule of our anxieties about fame and technology.
But it's more than that, right? Let's dig into the characters a bit more.
Sounds good. Let's unpack them. So Sydney, she's back in Woodsboro, hoping for peace, but...
Yeah, like that's gonna happen.
Right. She gets pulled right back into the nightmare.
You think someone like her can ever truly escape those past traumas? I mean, what do you think?
It's tough. The movie really makes you think about that. On one hand, she's trying to move on, right? Write a book, have a normal life.
But Woodsboro.
Exactly. It's like the town itself is stuck in this cycle of violence.
And it's not just her. Dewey's the sheriff now, but he's still...
haunted by the past. Oh, absolutely.
Can't escape it. And Gail, she's rough.
Trying to stay relevant in this new world of media.
But struggling. It's like she's the old guard, you know?
Yeah. And then you've got Jill, the total opposite.
She gets it. This whole new media game.
And she's willing to use it to exploit it.
That whole influencer culture. Dark side, man.
Remember that scene where she fakes the breakdown after the attack? Whoa.
So messed up, but also... like the movie predicted that.
Right. That need for attention, even if it's fake.
It makes you wonder how much of what we see online is real.
Right. Everything's so curated now.
Scary, honestly. But Scream 4 makes us confront that, doesn't it?
It forces us to look at this dark side of digital culture, the lengths people will go to for fame.
It's like the movie's holding up a mirror.
To ourselves, yeah. And Wes Craven, the director.
Oh, he was a master.
He knew horror.
Yeah.
And in Scream 4, he honors the genre, but also...
twists it.
Yeah. Blends in the social commentary. Makes you think while you jump.
I remember reading Craven was really interested in how technology was changing fear.
Oh, absolutely. He saw that. How it's blurring the lines between reality and, well, everything else.
Yeah. And Sydney, her arc in this movie is so...
It's impelling.
Yeah. She's more than a survivor now. She's like a symbol.
Of resilience.
Yeah. But Scream 4 shows that even she can't fully outrun the past.
Nope. It always comes back to haunt you.
And those new characters, they're obsessed with her story, but in a...
creaky way.
Yeah, like they want to profit off her pain.
It's that generational divide, the old guard versus...
The kids who grew up online.
Yeah.
Almost desensitized to violence.
Right. Makes you wonder how our relationship with horror has changed.
Are we numb to it because of the internet? Or does social media make us more vulnerable?
Scream 4 asks those questions. It's all about the power of media.
Traditional and online?
Exactly. And it all circles back to fear. How technology changes it, how reality and performance blend.
And how fame can be dangerous.
Scream 4 is so much more than just a slasher.
It's a statement about our times, about our anxieties.
And it warns us about the dangers of, well, a lot of things.
Obsession with fame, technology. The analysis mentioned how the movie uses color to create unease.
Oh, yeah. The bright colors, the high school. Then, bam, darkness during the killings.
Effective, right?
Totally. Craven was a visual master, used color, lighting.
And those quick cuts. Jump scares.
He knew how to keep you on the edge of your seat, push the boundaries without going too over the top with gore.
Because it's not just about the blood and guts,
Yeah.
right? It's the suspense.
Exactly, the psychological stuff. What you don't see is scarier.
It's like he's tapping into our primal fears,
The things that keep us up at night.
which are often rooted in real life. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Scream 4 takes those real anxieties and cranks them up.
Makes you question if you're really safe. Anywhere.
It's a reminder that horror reflects our deepest fears.
As individuals and as a society.
But let's talk about the legacy of Scream 4, how it's held up over time.
Because it's more relevant now than ever, don't you think?
Yeah.
It's funny, when Scream 4 came out, I thought, okay, cool sequel. But now, it's like, whoa.
Right, it's aged.
Well,
Like fine wine.
more like a horror movie villain. It's gotten stronger.
Because it predicted so much. Influencer culture, our obsession with true crime, all that stuff was bubbling under the surface back then. But Scream 4 brought it out.
Jill, especially.
Oh, yeah. Wanting to be the sole survivor. Not for revenge, but for the attention.
That hits different in 2024.
Right. Think about all the true crime stuff out there now. Podcasts, documentaries.
It's everywhere. Have we become numb to it?
Or maybe obsessed with it.
And social media fuels that, doesn't it?
Totally. It's like an echo chamber for the most shocking stuff. The more messed up, the more likes.
Scream 4 called it, man. That whole thing of sharing trauma for clout.
That scene with Jill's fake breakdown, ugh, I see that every day online.
It's like the movie's less a slasher, more a warning.
A cautionary tale, yeah. Craven was holding up a mirror to society.
Showing us how messed up we are with fame and technology.
He wanted us to think about what we consume, the motives behind these stories.
So big takeaway from this deep dive. Scream 4 is more than a movie.
It's a commentary on our fears, our anxieties.
Wrapped up in a bloody, entertaining package.
Right, it makes you think while you're screaming.
And it leaves us with a lot to chew on.
Like, how has horror changed? Are we desensitized? Or more vulnerable because of the internet?
Big questions.
And no easy answers, but Scream 4 forces us to ask them.
It makes you question everything. The media, technology.
Our own fascination with the dark side.
It's not just watching a movie, it's an experience.
That sticks with you, makes you think.
So go watch Scream 4 again. But this time, really watch it.
Pay attention. The clues are all there.
And that wraps up our deep dive into Scream 4. We went deep, huh?
Deeper than Ghostface's knife collection.
Ooh, okay. Thanks for joining us on this one, everyone. It's been thought-provoking, to say the least.
Scream 4 is a movie that keeps on giving. The more you dig, the more you find.
Stay curious out there. And until next time, don't trust anyone. Especially not on social media.